Oh, I have this strange lump in my throat that is really going to make this speech a little difficult, but there's a lot you could say about Chip. He was a major presence in so many ways and in so many people's lives. I met Chip in 1980 when I was a senior in college. There's a lot of years and a lot of stages of life to go through to get to today. I'm grateful that I got to share in some of Chip's adventures during those years and to enjoy the genuine warmth of his friendship for as long as I did. I think we all feel that way, and it's a tribute to Chip that he could do that for all of us. Be a good friend and stay connected. When I think about Chip, I have a lot of funny memories and a lot of memories of fun. There are a few serious moments floating around there too, but more often I find a smile creeping up my face when I think about Chip. I'm sure you all do too, and I'm sure you can think of a memory right now that would bring a smile to your face. I'll share one quick story with you that took place in the summer of 1984, or maybe 1985, or let's just say it took place some years after college. Somehow, Philippa and I ended up heading out to Nantucket to stay with Chip for a few days. He had a job working at the airport out there, schlepping bags for Gull Air, I think. Philippa had already met Chip, but I don't think she knew him that well. However, she certainly was interested and determined to get out to visit Nantucket. Anyway, we arrived at the address that Chip had given us where he was staying. It was a really nice house out at Nantucket. Right away, we were a little bit skeptical. Was this legit? Whose house was this? We entered the immaculate house, regulation Nantucket shingle with regulation Bardo blue trim. Uncertain whether we were breaking and entering, but determined anyway. Eventually, Chip did show up. Turns out it was his aunt's immaculate house. Next followed a few days of typical Chippy adventure, including one evening when Chip threw a party at the airport, which closes down at night out there. He turned on all the runway lights, and we rode motorcycles up and down the runway, lit by the eerie blue light. Memorable, to say the least. The next morning, we accidentally flooded the immaculate kitchen with an overflowing dishwasher and learned the art of mopping. Then came the walk down Nantucket Beach, one thick, foggy night. The three of us left the house, striking out on the wide sand beach, heading to the point. The fog was so thick you couldn't see the water, only hear the waves so you knew which direction you were going in. We're laughing, having a great time, contemplating the world, thinking deep thoughts, when suddenly I realize I'm alone. No more Chip and Philippa. Where the hell did they go? Where am I? Most importantly, where is that darn house that has the same shingles and the same Bardo blue trim as every other house on Nantucket Beach? I'm concerned for Chip and Philippa. How will they get back? I write great big signs in the sand as I creep back in the general direction that we came from. Then gradually, it dawns on me, I'm not the brightest light bulb in the pack, that they're not lost. I may be lost, but they are not lost. And I begin writing less sympathetic signs in the sand. Why did they have to fall in love at this precise moment? Couldn't they have waited until we found our way back together to that gray shingled standard Bardo blue trim aunt's house? But no, love can't wait. Well, I eventually found that elusive house as Chip and Philippa disappeared into the fog, to reemerge sometime later as Chip and Pip, a true force of nature and two of my favorite people in the world. I'm going to miss Chip a lot. I will treasure my wonderful memories of him, and I'm inspired by the way he led his life, as I'm sure you all are too. to try just a little bit harder to stay connected with the people you love. Thank you.